So it looks like some very powerful people in the industry are sick and tired of Katt Williams spilling tea about them, and they are allegedly trying to take him out. Katt has constantly been in the news since the year started when he went on Club Shay Shay and read so many celebs for filth. He then moved on to talking about Diddy and how Diddy isn't alone in committing the crimes that he has been accused of. There have been many allegations that some very powerful people in the industry allegedly funded Diddy's criminal enterprise, and it looks like there might be some truth to that because word on the streets is that the order for a hit on Katt's life allegedly came from the very top of the industry. Girl, this is a mess, but there's a lot of insanity going on here, so let's break this down. As much as I hate to say it, I have to admit that it's not so surprising that someone would want to take Katt out, especially now when everyone in Hollywood is being super careful and trying to hide whatever shenanigans that they're involved in. Diddy's arrest and the investigation by the feds have everyone on high alert, especially because the feds revealed in their indictment documents that they believed that he wasn't acting alone and that many people close to him were involved in his activity. In the indictment documents, the feds said Combs and other members and associates of the Combs enterprise wielded the power and prestige of Combs' role at the Combs business to intimidate and lure female victims into Combs' orbit, often under the pretense of a romantic relationship. Combs then used force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended acts with male commercial workers that Combs referred to as, among other things, freak-offs. It also said the defendant used the Combs business, including certain employees, to carry out, facilitate, and cover up his and commercial. Those employees, including security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and high-ranking supervisors and other close associates, acted as Combs' intermediaries, and their conduct was facilitated and assisted by Combs' control of the Combs business. Now, even though the feds didn't spell it out, that part of the document made it clear that they were also looking at Diddy's alleged accomplices, and that they might be charging them for their role in Diddy's enterprise. I mean, they already announced RICO charges against Diddy, and if y'all know anything about RICO charges, you already know that it involves more than one person. So there's a very high chance that we're going to be seeing more celebs swept up in this in the coming weeks before the trial starts in May 2025. And this explains why there have been reports of celebrities and other people scrambling to either hide their connection to Diddy or at least get their houses in order. But Katt Williams is making that difficult for them because, like I said, he has been spilling some spicy tea since the beginning of the year, and he has not slowed down one bit. He was the first to warn us that 2024 would be the year that Diddy and his accomplices would get exposed.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. Any of them, all lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
He even talked about how he had to walk away from millions many times because he didn't want to party with the likes of Diddy.
Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Well, unlike Katt, many celebs did not say no to Diddy's parties, and that is why they are now scrambling. And get this, their beef with Katt did not just start over this stuff with Diddy. The industry has hated Katt for a long, long time. This is because he has kept his foot on their necks, exposing the shady parts of the industry. Everyone knows that Katt is one of the most talented comedians of all time. Still, according to him, the reason he isn't as successful as he deserves is that the high-ranking members of the Illuminati held his career back to punish him for not selling out to them and also exposing them.
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them. End quote.
So you can imagine how they feel now that Diddy's lawsuit has brought them all the negative attention and that Katt is trying to expose them. Katt Williams has never really been a fan of Diddy, and he's been calling him out for his shady relationships with younger men for a minute. He even went as far as dropping the P word when talking about Diddy and Jermaine Dupri. Some might think Katt's recent comments are all about the Cassie situation, but nah, he's been coming for Diddy since way back in 2011. Katt spilled tea about both Jermaine Dupri and Diddy allegedly being inappropriate with the Criss Cross boys. Chris Kelly and Chris Smith were super young when Jermaine Dupri spotted them in the 90s, still in elementary school. By the time they hit 12 and 13, they were blowing up in the industry, but behind the scenes, things were allegedly really dark. Word is Jermaine was them and even passing them around to other industry friends, including Diddy. It's tragic and wild. This supposedly went on for years, which led Chris Kelly to turn to as a way to cope. Both boys had their suspicions about Jermaine, but they were promised fame and fortune, and being so young, they didn't stand a chance. In an interview, Chris Kelly had this to say: "We were just playing video games at this mall in Atlanta when all of a sudden this dude comes up to us and said he'll like for us to work with him as rap musicians. We had no idea who he was. In fact, I told my daddy that the guy was probably a child. Yeah, he basically looked at us all funny." And according to Gene Deal, the passing out of young stars wasn't limited to Jermaine only. Diddy also had plans to out the members of his girl band, Danity Kane, to some of his industry friends.
Cause I heard him, and I'm giving you this, Aubrey. He stood up there and he said in front of a lot of people, we were in the studio, and I said something to him and walked out the studio. He said, "Yo, I'm a day off," and picked him up and picked him out to my he said, "I'm gonna them out. I'm gonna get them all on, and I'm gonna stay out to my." I was like, "Them somebody kids," and walked out.
Katt had known this since 2011 when he called out Diddy and Jermaine using the P word.
Huh. What's happening, Puff? I'll be back to you if JD ain't had enough. Yeah? Jermaine Dupri, king of the if you ask me, baby. Jermaine Dupri, small as a child.
Well, like I said, the powerful people in question are allegedly going over and beyond to protect themselves, even as far as to target Katt. And before y'all start talking about how Katt is making things up, he's not the only one saying this, because Jaguar Wright also confirmed that they have been trying to take Katt out for a hot minute now. If there's one person in Hollywood who spills even more tea than Katt, it's Jaguar. She is as bold as they come because she has been calling out some of the nastiest people in the industry and making wild claims that have left fans shocked for the longest time. When Jaguar speaks, people listen, because you can bet that she will come with all the tea. This time she spoke about Katt and how people have been after him, claiming that he even had to start wearing Kevlar, aka a proof vest, to bed because he was afraid that they were going to come after him in his sleep.
He taught me so much in 9 months. Walking away was hard, but it was when the Illuminati first started coming after him. And I'll never forget the day when they breached the house and I left. You know, back in that moment, Katt was still wearing Kevlar to bed. I would get in bed with him at night and he would have Kevlar on in bed.
What was it about that and him at the moment where it made you want to speak your truth?
He went after Comedy Central. That's what happened. The Flavor Flav roast.
She then revealed that he was the one who taught her to be a truth teller.
Tell it.
Want to know what's interesting?
Go ahead.
It's Katt Williams that taught me how to be Jaguar Wright.
Oh, wow. Okay. What was it about him that you kind of say, ooh?
10-10. He was my 30th birthday present, almost 17 years ago. I'll never forget when he walked into the club and I was sitting at my table. It was my birthday party, and Special Ed brought him.
Shout out Special.
And me and Ed were celebrating our birthdays that year for the Taurus Affair that we used to do in Miami Beach every year. And Katt was playing the amphitheater and he wanted to meet me. And he came to my party, gave me about 20 grand in cash and said, consider it a down payment on your time.
Yeah, it sounds like Katt has a lot to be worried about. The people he's dealing with seem desperate to keep their secrets hidden, and Katt might need to lay low for a while. Fans commented, "I love Katt and I applaud him for having enough courage to tell his truth. People don't want to believe the evil that exists, but just like it's good people in the world, it's evil people out here also." Katt been exposed in Hollywood, but people called him crazy. He told us about those parties in Hollywood. A lot of your favorite actors and musicians are involved in some sinister stuff, especially involving children. A lot of people are not ready for the truth. And Katt has been telling the truth for over 2 decades now, and everybody just called him crazy and tried to have him blacklisted and destroyed his reputation and character throughout the years so that they could make him shut up and go away. But Katt took a licking and kept on coming back. Anywho, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this, and then check out this next video.